to Nerd on the Street, where nerd is the word on the street, because if I don't say it, I'm going to get cussed out. Anyway, even though the person who would cuss me out said that he doesn't like it. So
I never said that. Oh my
yes,
god! Already, I never said.
Yes, you did.
Never said that.
Anyway, so today we are going to be introducing a new segment, and I just want you guys to tell us if y'all like it or not. It is called Nostalgia Court. So basically, what's happening is that we are going through all of the TV shows that we used to watch, TV shows and movies that we used to watch when we were little. Powerpuff Girls, Dexter's Laboratory, The Justice Friends, I Am Weasel, Sheep in the Big City, SpongeBob SquarePants, Fairly Odd Parents, My Life as a Teenage Robot, things like that. To see various crimes that have happened in the TV show and determine whether or not the person committing those crimes is guilty. So, this is our first run, and it is as follows. We have the people, Vin Diesel, versus the Powerpuff Girls with their lawyer, Khan, and the representative of the Powerpuff Girls, the leader, Blossom. So we're going to be presenting evidence, and then the jury, Jason Rain and the Hargroves here, are going to determine whether or not they feel like Blossom and the Powerpuff Girls are guilty of their crime. And the charge is as follows: assault and battery in the first degree on Mojo Jojo during imprisonment. You may begin with opening statements. The people.
First off, where these little kids, baby? Where they daddy at? Because these little kids being at a prison by themselves is already that's mistake number one. Mistake number two: these girls are incredibly violent. They have shown violent tendencies within the past, and they need assistance. They need to be within a juvenile facility, receiving help to control their anger management issues. They attacked Mojo Jojo without any clear evidence of any of his current deeds for a crime that he had not committed at that moment in time. Because America, we don't believe in rehabilitation when it comes to prisoners. Apparently, we just beat you up while you're locked up for a crime you may or may not have committed. So let's start with that first and foremost. These girls need to be locked away, and the key needs to be thrown away as well. And they need help, serious help, because they're going to grow up to be fucking menaces, i.e., a la Homelander. Let's get them the fuck out of here.
Objection, Your Honor. Defaming my client. Also, you are not supposed to lead the jury by telling them that my client is already guilty. My client has only been accused. You will refer to my client as the accused. Thank you.
Defense, your opening statement.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'm here to defend the leader, Blossom, from the Powerpuff Girls. The leader who protects the city. This is a group of individuals who are not only outstanding members inside the community, but also within their own classroom, also being reflective as children within the home. These ladies are only kindergartners. I also think that this is an insult to even have them in court at this moment, because they are not old enough to be tried for such crimes. But we will do our job to hear what the defense, what the people have to say, but we will also make sure that there will be no slandering of my client's reputation.
All right. So we have our first witness, Blossom, on the stand.
That's tough.
Defense.
So Blossom, how are you doing today?
I was doing good till I woke up to all these accusations and alleged crimes. Me and my sisters are just doing our best to protect this city. I'm putting away bad guys all day. I don't see the people out there fighting. I gotta do more than my fair share of the city's work. On top of my homework, on top of trying to understand big vocabulary words. But
that's a big word for Elmo.
Exactly.
So Blossom, quick question. Could you tell the jury What are the ingredients that created you?
It's easy. Sugar, spice, and everything nice.
Everything what?
Nice.
Interesting. So you literally was created for good and was created of everything that is of nice. And yet you are being accused of doing something heinous. Am I getting that correct?
Exactly.
Okay, we rest for right now. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he's about to
All
rest in
right.
peace.
The people, it is your witness.
Okay. Blossom, how you doing? How's your day going?
It's all right. Court's not exactly my favorite thing to do. Never been here before.
Right. Blossom, I'm gonna bring a couple, images up. I just want you to tell me what you see in that image, and you tell me where your mind is in this particular moment. Image number 1. What do you see?
It looks like a scene throwback to 9/11, if I'm being honest.
I didn't know there were kaiju at 9/11. That's crazy. What else do you see in this picture, Blossom?
I see buildings. Looks like Townsville to me.
What about Townsville? How's Town? What state of array is Townsville in at this moment in time?
I've seen better days for Townsville.
Excuse me?
I've seen better days. Not its best day.
And then what seems to be the middle of all this destruction?
It might be him. He'd be hiding in the background that time.
No, directly in the middle of this photo here. Like, what's in the middle directly?
Seems to be 3 individuals.
3 individuals. I was aware that she had supervision. This is crazy. So you don't recognize yourself or your sisters. Interesting. Blossom, would you say that you love your father?
Yes.
Very much so. You feel like you tend to your father and adhere to his advice when given?
Yes.
So could you describe this picture here for me?
Well, as you can see,
yeah, go ahead.
that's Buttercup. I don't condone that. I can't stop her. I can only do so much. But that's Buttercup doing all that.
So why is it you can't stop your sister or impede her from doing things like abusing your father?
Well, this is as the leader. I can only delegate my wishes upon her. I don't want to come off bossy or controlling. I heard through the grapevine. I can do that.
So those were great.
Prosecution.
Thank you, prosecution and defense. So on the facts of this case, I'm going to show what it is that they are actually here for, and I would like for that line of questioning to go for this particular case. So here is what was entered into evidence.
What's going on here? What? Huh? Oh, what? You going for something? You going for that? No. You want some more, man? You do? No. Yeah?
All right, that was what was entered into evidence. So this next line of questioning, please pertain to the evidence presented. Defense?
Context of this video, right? I would like to ask, not sure if Blossom has watched this episode, but what kind of candy were you given from this episode? Did it give you like a high? Was it like, was anything different about this candy that you would normally eat from any other day?
No.
So there's evidence of when the Powerpuff Girls first received this candy, they had a Scooby-Doo moment where they literally floated up in the air and came all the way down, and they was very addicted to it. So it seemed to me as though the context of this candy that they was given gave them an addiction. And I am going to claim that because we are talking about kindergartner children, that just like any person who is suffering from an addiction, when they are needing a high, they act erratic. And for these to be children, we will just label this as a tantrum. What, Blossom, does this sound familiar to you?
Yes.
So, within the context of this video, Mojo Jojo and the Powerpuff Girls actually made a deal to pretty much let Mojo Jojo go to jail for committing crimes, and they will receive this candy. Mojo Jojo then took this candy, and now it got the negative response that the Powerpuff Girls demonstrated, because not only were they betrayed, but then also because these are children lacking, this high that they was being subject to by adults who were supposed to be just allowing these people to be superheroes, but now they are also giving them drugs and things to encourage that good behavior. So I don't believe that is fair for the mayor or anybody that has been in charge of these girls to inflict these emotional and physical traumas that they've been through by being subject to such substances.
Ma'am, you can borderline say this was attempted murder. This man's brain matter was outside of his safety protective unit, leading to all kinds of other brain issues and permanent disorders that could really affect his quality. And too many men, Black men especially in this country, being assaulted and being taken advantage of, and just outright not getting their just due within court. This man was awaiting a prison sentence and was beaten and charged for them. He was seen as guilty before his trial actually came. So there's no right for these children to have a fair, just due trial if they didn't respect that for somebody else. The people rest their case.
Oh, wait. Do the people have a question?
I guess the one question to ask, Blossom, did you and your sisters assault Mojo Jojo within his prison cell?
No.
So, is it of your opinion that the evidence preceded was falsified? Or, continue, I'm sorry, answer that question?
Yes.
So, who do you believe was the people that was in that photo? Or not photo, but that video?
The Rowdy Left Boys come to mind, as well as that gang of impersonators. I think they were just regular people, and everyone believed they were us. That was foul. But since we have been confused before, makes sense to me that they would do it again to defoul my name.
So, do you believe that your defense is also lying? Because your defense did confirm that you were the ones there, and his case and his statement that he made was that you were under the influence in committing this crime. So is your defense also lying?
No, he said we were hyped up on sugar for candy.
He also said you committed the crime.
I didn't hear no such allegation in my name.
Interesting. Your Honor, the prosecution rests.
All right, defense, did you have another line of questioning?
Most definitely do. Can I question the people?
The people are not on trial.
The question is, okay, Blossom.
Yes.
What kind of, as the people said, what kind of man is Mojo Jojo to you? What kind of relationship do you guys have to Mojo Jojo?
He's a supervillain.
Okay. So, with the question of his character, right? Do you remember why the people are defending you breaking into jail? How many times has Mojo Jojo on his own accord broke out of jail?
Hundreds. He is someone that we face all the time. We have become very accustomed to this relationship of throwing him back in jail. Most of the time, if something's happening in Townsville, he is at the center of it.
For now, the defense rests.
All right. The people, your next line of questioning.
Blossom, could you inform us on a common ingredient that was involved in the creation of not only yourselves, but the Rowdy Rough Boys?
Chemical X.
Interesting. Who was most notably known for using that chemical first and foremost?
My father, Professor X.
Could you remind and inform the court, for people that aren't aware, There's a former experiment prior to yourselves in which chemical X is used to create another intelligent life form. Could you inform the court of who that is?
I do not believe I was put on the stand to do such things. I'm not a scientist. I'm just a kindergartner. I think that's outside of my capabilities.
You were informed about this by your father in an episode, so we know you have this information, and you were asked a question and you're not supposed to lie within a court of law, but it's a question that you are required to answer.
It was Mojo Jojo.
Interesting. Prosecution rest.
So we're going to move into closing statements. So whatever defense things you have to say, whatever else the people have to say, please say them in your closing statement for the jury. Defense.
Going into my closing statement, my clients have been outstanding citizens, so much to the fact that back to what Blossom claimed of the perpetrators who claimed to be the Powerpuff Girls, they were literally able to just walk into banks, walk anywhere and get whatever they wanted from the city because they're such outstanding citizens. They do so much for the community. They literally, when color was stripped of the city, they played a concert to bring joy and happiness back into the city. These women go above and beyond to make sure that this city is not only protected, but it also has happiness, and that they make sure that not only are their loved ones safe, but so is the mayor. And they also do the jobs of everybody else within the city, from your firefighters to your policemen to even the citizens. And the defense rests this case.
The people.
Bad people can do good things. Let's make that apparent. I think Mr. Bill Cosby is a very, very, very blatant vision of that. Not saying that these children are Cosby in any manner, but they are bad people. They have done some good things like bring joy back into Townsville, but keep in mind, there's a lot of grief that has been given around people having to rebuild things that are destroyed. You may have your things fixed, but it will never be how it was before. And these girls are part of that in regards to destruction of the city and collateral damage that they cause. But all that aside, I want to remind the jury, they are on trial for the assault of Mojo Jojo while he was incarcerated. That was caught in full HD with them admitting to the crime. The defense admitted to them assaulting him, claiming that they did it under the influence, so they should not be tried as adults or even given any kind of repercussions for that. Due to the defense admitting to the crime, due to us having the crime in HD, I'd like to move for the 10 to 20 year sentence that is given out for felony assault. The defense rests their case.
All right, so I do leave this up to the jury. We have 3 jury. We have the Hargroves, who I hope are still awake.
Yes.
We have Jason Rain. So if y'all want to give your thoughts individually or together or what have you, you can say what you think. If you have anything to say to the people or to the defense or to the witness, or you can just say whether or not you think she is currently guilty.
Well, if we're strictly just going off of this current situation, then the girls are guilty. However, I do not agree with them being tried as adults because they are still children. They are very much so guilty of the crime in terms of assault and battery. However, being that they are children who, yes, were given PTSD by some of their previous instances that they were involved with Mojo Jojo, I don't believe that they should be tried as adults with at all. I understand that they have been treated as adults in the freedom that they were given to fight crime for this great city. It was mentioned as a small city earlier, which I think shouldn't have been said. But anyway, just reviewing the states of this case in particular, they are guilty. But I think that they should be given some leniency.
I'm on the same accord as far as them being super guilty. And I only say they're being super guilty because a lot of y'all claims kind of veered off of the main topic, and the main topic was, did the Powerpuff Girls break into jail and beat up Mojo Jojo? Yes. Why did they do it? We don't know. Was they high? Okay, cool. Now we're dealing with superpowered drug addicts. Okay, now it's just too many evidence that's stacked up. Now, as far as the lighter sentences, no. I would move you throw those niggas under the jail. And after you throw that nigga under the jail, take it to the whatever deepest corners of space and toss it there too. Because the look on little girl's face after they whoop that man's ass, that shit demonic. I just don't feel safe in a city with girls like that.
So are you going guilty?
Super, yes.
Guilty! That nigga is guilty!
Oh my god!
Uncle Ruckus, please. You're on the wrong day.
All right. So thank you to the people, the defense, and my jury for this court case. Based on both arguments, I do also agree with the jury of them being guilty. However, I also want to make a correction on behalf of just the court in general. Mojo Jojo is not the one who gave them the candy. It was the mayor of from the city of Townsville who gave them the candy initially and told them that they were not allowed to have the candy unless they saved the day. And
So
that
they
is
stole
when
it.
they devised the plan with Mojo Jojo to put him in jail, break him out of jail, and let him commit crimes so that they could get more candy. So they were addicted to the candy, but it started with the mayor of the city and then trickled down to the scene that we saw earlier. So
you talk about the mayor who he's talking about impeaching. That mayor, talking about the one who needs to be
yes. So this addiction was started by the mayor and continued on through their deal with Mojo Jojo. So we can call this under the influence. I do hereby send the girls to a rehab center for at least 3 years because
I agree.
they're doing a lot. And that is for the assaults and the battery. Court is adjourned.